Hello! Welcome to the first part of a new series I'm doing called Analyzing Defeat. Now, what this series is meant to be a personal documentary of mine for documenting my losses that I feel I could learn something from in Advance Wars by Web. I recently got back into playing Advance Wars Online about a week ago at this point. And I did so wanting to be better than I used to be. People who don't know, I used to play this game quite a bit, but I had a reputation for being kind of toxic and just not being a very good person. I took ELO way too seriously. I was kind of stubborn. I just wasn't good. It was very not good at all, actually. So when I came back, I decided I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be a better person. And that is exactly what this series is here to help me do. See, I used to usually just throw my losses into the strategy channel of the Discord and leave it there and hope someone responded. But I'm going to do this step further. I'm going to analyze my losses myself. Now, I won't post every loss here, just the ones I think are good educational pieces enough. Because, yeah, spoiler, I lose this game, obviously. I'm going to explain how I did that, my thought processes at the time. Now, obviously, this is a Fog of War map. This means I will not have perfect information. That's to be very, very crucial to how I lose here, as we'll soon find out. Imperfect information. Now I'm playing Sami on this map, and I think that was my first blunder. I should not have picked Sami on this map. This map is massive. This is a pretty big map, especially for Sami. So Sami mechs just can't really keep up. Sami, I feel, is better in smaller maps. I like her better when transports are good. And transports, to be fair, are quite good here. You know, a T-Copter for this airport can go here in one turn and then immediately ferry shit to the front lines. It's not bad. T-Copters are quite good on this map. You can also put a T-Copter here and ferry infantry from this base to the right. So a lot of good T-Copter plays. That's the reason I picked Sami in the first place. Was because I'm like, oh, I can totally use T-Copters here. However, in hindsight, this is such a good tank map. It's so open. Terrain's really low in the middle. I want to be able to front shift with tanks, and mechs and infantry just cannot front shift to save their life. Obviously, Sami's biggest strength is her superpower, which we certainly use that in this game. It certainly gets used, alright. We'll get to it when we get to it. Another reason, air, in my opinion, is not good on this map. Again, very open center. Airports kind of tucked away back here or like over here in the corner. You have to get a T-Copter over here to like get it. Yeah, very weak air units. So already, in hindsight, this is a ground vehicle map. I think I would have liked Jess here. I would have liked Jake here. Don't so much like Sami here. Another reason I picked Sami is because this is a very weak H2. It has a little cruiser on it to kind of slow you down, but a single artillery will take care of that. You know, it's not very much. Hell, I think even a battle copter will take care of it. It's not very tough. So, that being said, I think that's enough of a preamble. We should get right into analyzing this defeat, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So we're going to start off with the simple turns. We're not going to see anything the opponent does because we're going with only my vision. I think that's the only true way to look at a FOD replay, is to see only my perspective here. I have no idea what my opponent's up to. So, pretty typical capture stuff, in my opinion. Now, immediately, my first blunder, in my opinion, in hindsight. Weak side Recon. This is my weak side. Why is it my weak side? Because it's really hard to get shit over here. Vehicles have to go all the way around here, then all the way over here. It takes them forever to get over here. Whereas, you have all three bases that can naturally funnel downwards. All three bases can go down. This base can kind of go to the right with infantry, but even that's not great. You do have a pre-deployed lander here, but it can't drop on the river, so that doesn't help you too much. So why did I go Recon? Because my silly little brain was like, oh, haha, I'll get over here before tanks get out. You know, Recon good against Sami. And to be fair, Recons are good against Sami. However, I think in hindsight, I would have liked the Recon maybe here. So this way we can get down here and harass these buildings. These are the buildings we want to fight for. Again, this is where we naturally flow. This is our strong side, not over here. So, yeah, I already don't like this opener. In hindsight, I should not have done this. Plus, this means there's now an infantry over on the weak side, and you're going to need infantry over there. Boy, howdy. Let's move around. We had that guy back over there. Get our little lander in order. And I forget to build. I was playing way too quickly. I remember seeing this, and I audibly laughed that I just forgot to build on this turn. Very unlike me, but, you know, we did a little silly here. Next turn rolls in, I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm just down in infantry. I didn't need that one anyway. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a little boosty. Then we're going to drop the lander here. This is actually a pretty little nice move. This means this guy can come grab that. This guy can come grab this. But yeah, still don't see nothing. Move over here, and I see a little Pengu down here. Hiding away in the darkness, yes. And my first thought is I want to smack that Pengu with all of my Recon might. Move the lander over here to give this little infantry a boosty boo. Lander here is really powerful for that because it lets your infantry have their full movement. Another reason why I really like T-Copters on this map. But you don't have to be Sami to use T-Copters. I do build a tank on the strong side. I like this move, you know, because in my mind, like, oh, he might do the same thing and send a Recon over here early. I want to get my tank out here, because it is kind of a windy, lanky path if you don't break the pipe seam to get out here. So he goes and captures, and that's all I see. So, what do I do about that? I come in here and I give it a smack. Give that little Recon a smack. Give that little infantry a smack on that city. Now, this obviously won't stop the capture because of Sami's 50% bonus, but it will weaken her infantry. But my opponent's going to do something that impresses me. Look at that little cheeky little boosty with the lander. I love transports. And there we go. There's the T-Copter. Now, the thing with opening a transport... Let's put a Recon over here because I need vision. The thing with transports is that they do cost you momentum. And in Fog of War, momentum is very important. But I had my game plan kind of locked in. I'm like, oh, I want to get this transport here. I can do that because I have the extra movement. I can get there in one turn. It's going to be real grand and dandy. It's going to be a good old time. In hindsight, I don't hate the T-Copter build. I don't think I should have done it in conjunction with a Recon on the weak side. I think this is just too much momentum sacrifice, in my opinion. Because again, we have a Recon over here where we're weaker. Recon over here would have been a lot more deadweight, so you could have looked for these properties. You know, forced a weak side tank. So already don't like this. He captures the property. And then he goes and beepy-boppy on my Recon. And then I see another one. I's Recon the second. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So at this point, I had a few ideas. This Recon can't reach on the city, so I debated like going here. But my fear was if I go here and he hits me again, I'm probably going to go down to like 2, and then I'll probably get blasted. So I didn't think that was worth it. I get kind of stirred. So already my weak side Recon is not doing me very good. At least the T-Copter plays here are pretty nice. And I build my first Mechy boy. You know, you build T-Copter for mech. Sami has really good mechs. They're 30% extra firepower. These things hit like a truck. I've committed to the T-Copter. You might as well build some mechs, especially as Sami. Another reason I want the T-Copter is I really like if I have a transport, I like building mechs, and Sami mechs are quite good. I do build a weak side tank, seeing the Recon. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so already, I think my biggest blunders with the opener was just this Recon should not have existed. I liked having a Recon over here for vision, but in reality, I should have analyzed that what I need to defend are like this, maybe that. Anything past there, that's just not happening. We're not getting that or that or that. Those belong to them. They can funnel there. I should have analyzed, these belong to moi, those belong to toi. That's what I should have realized. Didn't do that. Because I'm a fool. Nothing to do with the land of this turn, so I just went and did some fuel and I just hit on the city. And a beepity-boppity. Bro got a perfect free hit on my little infantry. He got a nice little bippity-boppity-boop. I was a little concerned about a tank here, but I saw the second Recon and kind of felt a bit more confident. that there wouldn't be a tank at this point, especially seeing the third recon. I'm like, okay, there's probably not a tank. And sure enough, there are no tanks. Spoilers, but there's no tanks. So I retreat a little bit, be a little wimpy. I go capture. Move my tank into the woodsy woods. Now, I believe he can see that. No, he can't. He didn't see that. Pushing forward with all my schlick. Build an anti-air. Since day 9, I need an anti-air. Put my little Metty boy behind the tanky poo. And move my lander up to give another boosty to my anti-air. Yes. Now, I am being a little wimpy up at the top, and that's because at this point I've realized my blunder. I realized I read the map wrong. Goes in, gets the kill, blasts my mech. Now, honestly, I'm going to be so for real, I don't like this trade from him. If this was an infantry, yeah, go for it. But it's a recon. This is kind of a good trade. Because now your recon is dead, and you just lost another one. So, I think this was a little too much. You're, like, win over here. Nah, not over there. So, already didn't like that. So, yeah, we punished this. Boosty, dead. Boosty, dead. Mech kills. So, yeah, took 6 HP off of a mech and lost a 4K unit. So, I already don't like that. I think that was a bit of a blunder. Take a shot at this guy, too. Yeah, a lot of recons at this point. A lot of recons. I go ahead and actually even take a shot here because I've got a tank to back up. And I can get out of the city to cap. Very nice. And then I build the second one. I build the second transport copter. Because the first one wasn't enough. I really don't know why I did that. I think this one was a little bit copium. Now, okay, it's not completely bad. It's pretty bad, but like it's not the end of the world. What I should have done is put this Sun Snitch here to be able to ferry infantry this way. So that way, like every other turn, we could have an infantry going this way, and then a vehicle going out this way. Using, oh, I did not mean to move that. My bad. But second one's the charm. And then I built an artillery up here because I want to break this pipe seam. I recognize that this area at this point is going to be under threat, and I'm going to want this pipe seam broken. So I invest in artillery. Now, I think any other player who didn't open like 4 recons is going to punish me here. But because bro opened like every recon under the sun, and that recon's grandma, there's not enough vehicles to properly punish me. And I see an artillery, and I'm just like, wow. I'm just like, wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could go hit that. It means death to the Riki, though. Yeah. Pandu's moving. See more Pandu's moving up. This is where alarm bells should have started going off in my head. This is when I should have been like, oh. That's bad news bears. I need to be accounting for that. I don't, though. My brain's like, at this point, my brain is on arrogance mode. My brain is like, this idiot opened up like 4 recons. We're going to steamroll him. We're going to slop him and schlop him. Very arrogant. I set my little tank on the city. I see so many vehicles that aren't tanks. I'm feeling very confident in my abilities here. Go over there. Stall. Anti-air rolls in. Build yet another mech. I built a tank from this space because I could vary it here. And I built the mech up here to kind of break this. So as you can see, we have embraced the Sami mentality, for better or for worse. We have just 2 T-copters on the field, like 4 mechs. We are having the mech party. Now again, I've played quite a bit of Sami, so I kind of get her shtick. And it is fun to use mechs and shit. But again, this map is fucking huge. And you know what I don't have on the field right now that my opponent does? An artillery. My ass is slowly encroaching their HQ with no way to deal with this cruiser. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. My macro was all wrong. I was so focused on doing the cool Sami shit that I failed to realize that my game plan of encroaching on the HQ was destined from failure. So I see the artillery, but okay, the artillery's here or whatever. I don't really care. Don't see much. He goes in. I don't like these attacks. Cleans up everything. I have 1 6 HP recon. You know, say what you want about my opponent and their recons, but they did a much better job keeping their recons alive. Let me tell you. Sack that. Infantry goes there. Bada booshty. Bada booshty. Bada booshty. What are these mechs? What are they doing? They're not covering shit. I think it was at this point that I realized that mechs were just not working. And I'm like, oh. I retreat here. Now, fortunately, I do have this pipe seam. It will break this turn. We have the mech going this way. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, he's moving up. These artillery are scary. Yeah, he keeps going in. He keeps brawling down there. I don't agree with this. I think he brawled here for way too long. Boosty, 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 dead, dead, dead. Actually load in a mech into the T-Copter and ferry it down to give me some extra firepower. Look at all these tanks. At this point, I was feeling pretty fucking good with myself. I'm like, oh, we are slaughtering this guy. We are absolutely pulverizing him into the dirt. And you're correct if you look at it straight in brawling terms. In terms of brawling, we're making him eat shit. But again, what am I doing here? I'm trying to force these properties to flip to me. Man, imagine if I had a recon here earlier instead of over here. And that recon would interrupted any of this stuff. That'd be so good for me. But, you know, we didn't do that. Now, fortunately, we were both on the same wavelength and getting the airport, so that was pretty nice. Do lose my northern recon, finally. This is when I do something kind of cheeky. Yeah, we don't see a whole lot. He retreats up there. He's like, okay, fine. This is... Can't fight here no more. I delete the cruiser. Move up there. Bobbity boober. Shamapity. This is such... We don't even one-shot the infantry on planes. God, I hate Sami vehicles. This was so reckless. I don't know what I was cooking. Get me out of the kitchen. Get me out of the kitchen. Oh, lordy loo. I don't know what I was doing. Man, I could have been punished for this 6 ways to Sunday. But again, I was under this mentality of, I'm smoking this idiot. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him. I am doing so good. I can't possibly lose. How am I clearing this? I've seen only taints down here. I've seen no taints up here. It's just I just haven't gotten punished all game, bro. Not been punished. I see recons. I don't see tanks. Where are the tanks? I get my reward. Reveal Pengu. Reveal more Pengu. Kill. Cap. Boomba. 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 I'm moving in, but you know what I'm not doing? You know what I'm not doing? Threatening the HQ because there's no artillery. Not even a Schwapter-Bopter. This is where I started to lose, like, fully. I think I was doing fine until this point. But then this happened. I am way overextended. I am being threatened 6 ways to Sunday here. Little mechs coming in. We're getting there. We're getting to the fight. What's these slow mechs? What are they doing? Bros on the city taking a break. Copters coming. I finally get the idea that you start using this over here. I'm like, okay, I need infantry over here. God, Sami anti-air does not do well against infantry. I get tripowed. That dies to an infantry. Copter. Owned. Get smacked. I get counterattacked pretty fucking hard here. And yeah, this is when I'm like, okay. Bondwa, Bondwa, Bondwa. I have a medium tank coming to sit on that HQ, dog. I'm stirred. I retreat. I full retreat here. Run away! I recognize how doom screwed I am. And I still don't build an artillery. Not even a Schwapter-Bopter to deal with the cruiser. I'm pretty sure a copter would kill this thing. Also, notice, no recons on the front lines. I have no idea what's happening over here. I have no vision at all, bro. No vision. This is not good. This is omega bad. We are getting cooked. I see the artillery coming. I'm like, oh lord. Oh lord, they coming. And yeah, they start swapping up some of my units down there. And I see this and I go, oh, I am screwed. And I know Cowabunga it is. Cowabunga. I decided to just grunt into his meatball. And this, in my opinion, is where I fully lost the game, dude. This is where I should have let him have to get closer. I should have used his artillery better. Instead, I just run into the meat grinder, bro. This is where losses get very heavy. And I see this. I panic. I start shifting my army. I'm like, oh god, I'm going to lose. I went from being so confident in myself to being, oh shit, I'm going to die. In the span of like 3 turns. Does I see the power bars going up? I'm stirred. And sure enough, bippity boppity boopity, and you know what I don't have? Fucking anti-air. Where's my balanced army composition? I don't got it. I don't have balanced army composition. I just was so confident. I was so confident because his opener was so bad that I could just do anything. I'm like, I'm going to win this. Overconfidence is a killer, ladies and gentlemen. You see some whack crap and you think you got it in the bag. And then all of a sudden you're losing because you ignore basics like army composition. It'd be hilarious if it wasn't so sad. Oh, these artillery are coming, bro. You know what's worse is that because Sami anti-air are so garbage at infantry, they're not even good at wall breaking the artillery. If I had been any other CO, I think I would have been in a better position here. We do get a sneaky little Schwapter swap right there. Bondwa. Bondwa, baby boop. Oh, God. Alright, guys. If you had any respect for me before now, it's about to be in the toilet. You're about to watch one of the worst victory marches you'll ever see in your lifetime. Okay. What do we do? Mech. Kill Recon. Capture that. Move tank 1 the whole space. Boom. Kill 3 HP. Attack mech. Medium tank Kerplauga. See nothing. 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 Don't even try. Why'd I even pop it? What was I cooking? Oh, it's so embarrassing. I got 1 city. 1 city, bro. What was I cooking? Oh, this almost out of fuel. Oh, no. I built APC. I built a golf ball, bro. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm cooked. Now, you know what would be really good for that northern flank right now? A balanced army composition with some copters in there. It's a shame I didn't do that. And he pops his victory march. Kills that. Sure powder. Man, if only I had any anti-air. For plow the medium tank. Doesn't kill it though. Not even fucking close. Powder, powder. Gets that city from me. And he also only gets one city, ladies and gentlemen. A tale of two victory marches, both of which get jack squat. That's how you know it's a good Sami mirror, when nobody gets anything for 8 bars. We shook hands and had a property deal for 8 stars. We had a good, lawful handshake. Trafalgar, all these stupid little artillery. Bousty. Oh, things are dying. Oh, they're dying. Oh, they're dying. I'm like, oh man, I needed anti-air 3 turns ago. Oh man. At this point, it becomes a schwap fest. Boosh. See the bomber, Neotank's dead. At this point, I'm gonna just speed through this sun snitch. Plowda. Plow. And I resign. Now, why did I resign? Why did I resign here, ladies and gentlemen? I'll give you one good reason. Because I can't see shit. Because I cannot see fucking anything. Let me just turn on show hidden units. I saw, oh crap, bro is about to get a victory march. And I have nothing. I thought that was gone. I thought there'd be an infantry up here ready to seize the HQ. I thought it was over. Because I had imperfect information. But let's be real for 5 seconds. This fight was pretty much over anyway. Both my anti-airs are about to get kerpowed. Neotank's down rolling. I have no counter for this Neotank. And I do have a counter for this copter, but not if he goes over here. Look at all these forces over here. Even though his victory march would have netted him like 2 properties max, it doesn't change the fact that I was just too far gone by this point. At this point, my mistakes have been made. From the very beginning, letting him get these properties he shouldn't have, to not having a good, well-balanced army composition, because I got confident. I got too cocky. There is an expression in Advanced Wars that bad moves are only bad if you can properly punish them. And I didn't punish this atrocious opener correctly. Because I too made atrocious opening mistakes. And then in the mid-game, I had my macro plan of taking out the HQ, got to the HQ, and realized, oh no, I can't kill the cruiser, and had to run away. If I had a single artillery, a single battlecopter, I think this game was very easily winnable. I would have got my victory march, would have smacked that HQ down, it would have been over. I had such a huge force over here. Look at this army. Look at his army. But I jumped the gun, got punished, had to run away, and was over. If I had just waited, if I had just bided my time, gotten a good army composition, didn't get cocky, things might have ended differently. So this defeat analysis, or whatever I call this series, this lesson is to not get cocky against players who do whack crap. Because boy did my opponent do some whack crap. If we go back to his opener and actually look at his view, bro opens like 4 recons. Look at this. It's day 7. Bro has 4 recons and no taints on the board, bro. Bro did the wackest of crap. And I couldn't punish it. I mean, I did eventually. But man, what a rough one. What a rough lesson to learn, gang. So today's lesson is to have a good army composition, follow your macro plan, and don't get cocky just because your opponent does some whack crap. Whack crap is only whack if it don't work. You gotta respect the whack plays, because you never know. You never know. My opponent had much better macro than me. Despite his wacky opener, bro knew what he wanted to do. This is a much scarier HQ force than mine ever was. Just a single copter would have done it. An artillery would have done it. We didn't do it. So thanks everyone for watching. I will probably post more of these that I find more interesting losses. Maybe I'll post a win or two if I feel it's a good learning lesson. But mostly I'm probably going to be focusing on the losses. If it's a really entertaining win and I feel like I can give some lessons, maybe I'll do it. But thanks everyone for watching. I will be making more of these. And I'll see y'all later. Goodbye. Thank you.